Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So apologies for not having an intro on this, however I'm trying to get these videos up before heading out later today, and we basically took down the last two Inferno 1 bosses last night with my warband. So you can see this is the second to last boss, Aeyntragga, Eater of Storms, and there are only 4 of us with the recommended combat rating for this raid. So let's see how this goes. Now this boss starts off with this fun little zip line down, so you jump on here and you go whee all the way down to the boss and where he spawns. Let's take a look at what he looks like. Now, I don't know about you, but this boss is giving me major Pokemon vibes with how it looks. It's almost like Mew crossed with Articuno. Like those two Pokemon, if they were to have a baby, it would be Aeyntragga, this boss. So a couple of things to mention. There are quite a few attacks to avoid. So you have these beams. You also have this storm. You can see this beam on the ground that kind of chases you, similar to the new legendary gem. So there's a lot of stuff to avoid here. The boss takes damage quite well, considering there's only 4 of us with the combat rating for this. It didn't really take too long to complete this raid. However, as I mentioned, there's a lot of attacks to avoid, and there are also quite a few stages of immunity with this boss. So that's something to think about when you are actually in this raid. So like here, the boss is currently immune and won't take any more damage from us. Now this is a similar stage to some of the other bosses in the Helikri, where you have to kill their mobs first. So you know that with a lot of the recent bosses, they have this kind of stage of immunity where you've got to take down the mobs before you can give them any more damage, and it's the same with Aeyntragga as well. So that is something to mention here. And yeah, not too hard to defeat. There's this stage where these beams move around the map anti-clockwise, so the best way to avoid them is to move clockwise around the map, which is completely opposite to what I was doing. I was moving anti-clockwise because I have a habit of doing that when I'm fighting. I always move anti-clockwise, so yeah, don't do that in this raid because you will just take a lot of hits from this boss. Now, although there is a lot of stuff to avoid here, the hits weren't as hard as the last Helikri boss in Inferno 1, and you know, if you've got the combat rating for it, definitely give it a go. It's not actually that difficult. I was kind of surprised with how easy it was to defeat the last 2 Inferno 1 bosses. I was expecting it to be a lot harder than it was. But that is it from me today. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day. One quick thing before I go: don't use your revives in this raid because it does seem to have this bug where you cannot actually revive your teammates, so just a heads up for that one.